things up and going. So, how's it going, everybody? Back here in GT5 again tonight. And I need to get this stuff moved. Because I need to make some more that stuff I can't pronounce. Tetrafluoride stuff. Polytetrafluoride, something like that. I also need to make a bunch more Invar, or titanium, not Invar. Getting a bunch of things processed up here so I can do some of these things. Rutile in here, let it mix with the carbon and the chlorine. That'll put the titanium chloride stuff in there. And it should just about pop straight in to start cooking. I've got the magnesium already in there. There's my ash. There it goes, it just started, so titanium is on its way. We got magnetite up there. This definitely needs to get out of there. Like I said, let me turn down my game sounds again. Give me this. Why in the hell did you get in there? You should have been nowhere near there. Huh, this thing's all messed up. Anyways. Hey, Under Siege is here. How's it going? Speaking of, let me do something here real quick. That's not right. Why'd that not go in right? Okay. I'm trying to make Crazy a moderator since she's usually here and she's the bear den mother, and for some reason it's not agreeing to it. Not real sure why. Oh well, I'll figure it out later. It's actually putting Prince J instead. Yeah, PFA is freaking nuts. Did you put the Twilight in and try that? Those machines are loud, ain't they? I like the noise when I'm actually playing by myself, but that's why I haven't put mufflers on it. But yeah, they definitely need it when I'm trying to stream and shit. They're quite loud. I'll turn them down just a little bit more. Alright, so I need to get this moved. What is in there? More tiny grossar. There we go. That should be going now. I have got to get that fixed very, very badly. There's my crushed bauxite, purified stuff. I got a bunch of bauxite going so I can get some ilmenite out of it. If I can speak English tonight. I don't know. It's actually putting you in as, when I type in your name, it says Prince J rather than Crazy J. So I don't know why it's doing such weirdness. I have no idea. Why are you? Oh, I know why this stuff's going in here now. It's because that's connected to that pipe. Aha. That's why the rutile went in there. Now we know. That's not supposed to be going in there. The bauxite should be going here, but this is full. The rutile. Alright, you go there. Alright, vanadium magnetite. Yes, my processing line is a huge mess. I really need to get it redone, but other things are more pressing at the moment, so haven't been doing it. Vanadium will give us gold, or we can do it this way to get extra vanadium, and that's what we're going to do. So throw that up there. This is my scheelite that's getting processed. Give me this. This can go down here. And we'll leave the rest of that alone. So, we got bauxite stuff going through to be processed. We got rutile coming out to be cooked. So now we need to work on getting this moved. Now, Advanced 2 is high voltage, which is what this is. So I can hook it to this line without a problem. And then I also have to have this reactor as well, which is basic. So let's get our wrench out here. Grab these. Worry about that in a minute. Alright, so Advanced 2, which is HB. And debating on if I want to connect it to its own separate line here, because I don't want it to mess with that. And I know one line has to get connected to here eventually, so the other line would be here, but that would be in the way of this. This is an 8x line, so shouldn't be a problem. This is naphtha, sulfuric naphtha, going into here to be turned into naphtha, which needs to come out of there, and I need to make another big tank up there to hold it. Alright, so let's look up this poly stuff. We need that right there. And we want the fluid, which comes from this naphtha and fluorine in this reactor. So we need naphtha cells, which we're going to use the little thing that Under Siege taught me last time to do it. And we got fluorine cells, not a problem. So we got to get this stuff, which is coming from the other one, which is LPG. Alright, so naphtha's here. LPG is, that's refinery gas, which then gets turned into LPG. So they're both right here on the front. So let's go ahead and put that there for now. And I need to make some more lines. My inventory is always a mess. Hi Shadow, about damn time you show up. Let's try adding her one more time real quick. Crazy J. And it says Prince J. And if I close this, you do not have your thingy. So, no idea. Somebody broke it. I have no idea, Crazy. It apparently doesn't like you. Tonight, YouTube's just being a bud again. Alright, so let's go grab this machine. I'll grab these out of here as well. And open a bag and start dropping shit. Because I have too much shit. Oh, I was planning on making my enchanting table, that's right. My upgrade thing. Alright, so we'll deal with this hole in a minute. Alright, so this chemical reactor cannot sit there, because that'll blow it up. Put it here, but I don't want to really do that. Maybe I should move this over. Get this out of your hand before you break something. I should move this over, pull that line over here, put a cover there. Where is my... There's my LV right there. So I don't have... It's running out to these two. And I got one running under here to these. So I could actually put it over here as well. I so badly want to restart this world so I can do things in a much better way and not have to tear everything out and put it back in. I've learned so much about better ways of doing shit, but just, yeah. And it'll take me so long to get it redone. If I did change it out, that I don't really want to do it. Supposedly Greg Tech 5 has made it to 110, so maybe I'll just do a better job of it when I get to 110. I'm gonna have to check that out pretty soon. I'm seriously thinking about opening this world to freaking a server and inviting some of you guys in here and let y'all help me redo this factory a little bit better. because I really need help. Let's see. Let me come down here and have a look. That is coming off of there, but it's not used for anything. So I can pull it out. I have my wire cutters. Well, hell no, I ain't got my wire cutters. I got everything else under the frickin' sun, but I have no wire cutters. Alright. There's my wire cutters. You have 2,000 miles square and all machines are stacked in a corner. Yes. Yes, they are. It's because I hate power loss. Honestly, that's the only reason why everything is stacked in the corners like they are. It's because I hate the fact that there's loss every freaking block you go. And I try to negate it by piling everything together and having everything really close together. But there's loss in transformers too. Every time you go down a tier, you have loss. Every time you go up, you have loss. Every time you charge a battery, there's loss. I don't deal well with losing. Transformers is the block that I made most in GT5. Really? I have barely any. I have one to go from EV to freaking HV, and then there's not another till you get over here to the MV, and then to the LV there's one. That's about it for my main line, and then one there and one there and there. That's about it. I have very few. Let's see. AKA he is lazy. Exactly. It is negligible. Okay. Do a main line of EV or HV and branch from that. That's actually how XAR was doing ours in the other world in on the server. And what I've been thinking about, let's process for a minute. What I've been thinking about is moving this here out of my basement and putting it over here in the power room and grabbing that, taking it off of there and hooking it up over here, having the windmill power this big boy, which I've never even turned on, to create my charcoal, but I still haven't made my tree farm to get the wood. I don't even have this thing running at the moment. All my power is coming from that building. And basically making all my power is supposed to be made in this room. And then I was going to have the main line go out up there in EV or IV and run it in up there rather than here. I have it coming in way down here. And if I run it in through the top, then I could do basically drop lines down, kind of like I have this piping system. I would have a wire that ran around the base, and then I could just do transformers down and branch off for whatever tier I needed. That's what I was thinking about doing if I rewired this place. But last time I tried to move from that base over to here, it was a headache and a half. Is anybody else hearing my mic cut out? Move it up a little bit, see if it helps. Alright, is it any better now? Let me check the stream OBS, see, it looks like it's picking up my mic fine now without any issues, so hopefully it doesn't cut out anymore. Alright, I need to get a new mic again. Let's see, bauxite, that is... Okay, why is it not going in there? Probably because something is stuck in the pipe again. Let's check this out. Hold on. My inventory is always full in every Minecraft I play. I hate forgetting where I put shit, so I keep everything with me. Oh, the magnetite tried to go in. Okay. Makes sense. Let's go ahead and grab these extras that I know I'm not going to be able to use. Let that all run through. I should now allow this stuff to go out. Figure out what the hell is trying to go in here. Which doesn't really show anything going in, so not quite sure what it was. And let's do this. Under Siege is hearing me perfectly. Okay, so it's just the two crazy ones being crazy again. I got you. It happens. Alright, so I got a little bit of titanium ran through. Let's get this put in here. Come on, give me two more. Yeah, it's probably Discord. Listen to the stream, not to Discord. Discord will probably definitely be worse than the stream will be. I've been cutting out on Discord half the night. I don't know what the hell its issue is. Probably too many people using the servers. Yeah, I know. I need to get an AE system. Junior's supposed to be coming in here and helping me. He likes doing AE shit. I haven't messed with the new AE system and the way it works with all the channels and shit. I'm used to the old AE that was a lot easier to do, and you didn't have to have all them weird channels and shit. So I'm not real sure how good I would be at actually building it. Well, it's harder to get you in here than it is Junior. To get Junior in here, all I gotta do is hit that button. Get you in here, I gotta move it to a server and all that good happy horse shit. So if I can get him to do it, it's a lot easier. But if I can't get him to do it, then I'll have to put the server on his computer and have him do it. You can set AE2 to work as the old one without channels. Well, maybe that's what I should do, since I have everything in this world pretty well difficult. An AE system being easier wouldn't be such a big deal. And I do believe I've got everything I need. I've got calculation, engineering, and logic. I don't have the other one. Ain't there a fourth one of these? So this one does the diamond one, which is one of the most important ones. Calculation is the quartz one, which is the other really important one. And then this one is the gold one, right? And that should be all I need, is the gold, the quartz, and the diamond one. Let me look this up here. Drive. That's what it's called. ME drive just needs engineering, which is the diamond, redstone, printed circuit. Oh, that's the one I need. I need the silicon press. Well, hold on. Can I make... If I remember correctly, you can make those presses as well. This one. Is there a way to make this in a forming press with that? Okay, so I can use GregTech to make this stuff. I can copy one. Oh, I can engrave one. Oh, wow, that's a lot of power. Block of iron is not a big deal. Glass lens is not a big deal. That's a lot of power. So I'm going to have to either go find another one of those things to get this one, or make one of those, because that's EV. I don't think I have EV. I think I only have HV. With regular AE2, Shadow is correct, but with GregTech, Under Siege is correct. Yeah, I don't have any EV machines other than the Universal Macerator, so I definitely cannot make one currently. Give me that. Get your butt up there. You get in there. Now hopefully everything will quit arguing. Alright, so I need to get back to this thing. But I gotta spit first. Alright, so everybody seems to think I need more transformers. Let's go ahead and make one. I need one to go from HV to MV. Transformers. So I need this one, which is just a machine house. That's aluminum and copper wires. Okay. Do we have any copper cables in here? Anneal copper cables, those will work. 10 and no. Alright. If I remember correctly, I have like almost no copper left. Just need the machine and a Lapotron crystal or the new EV batteries from GregTech++. I'm going to start my new GT5 series tomorrow. Well, it's going to be like episode 0. Are you using this pack or are you building your own? Because I know originally you were going to use this pack. I need more nitrogen. We got any copper in here? We got 7. That'll help. And there's a bunch more stuff in there, so let's throw this in here. Cook up the copper. Do we got any more? We got more nitrogen. And wait a minute. Oh, we're just out of. We can help you on the cell thing there. And we need more oxygen. You can have you. Give me you. Yeah, I can't wait until I can start on some of the new stuff for GT++. Let's see. My pack, but I added a lot if the mods you use and I'm using your scripts. Oh, okay. My electricity went poof. That's never good. Having no copper is, yeah. I've got copper, I just need to process it. And I'm being, greedy and wanting all this sludge stuff I can get. So I'm trying to run everything I have that I can through here. I do believe I probably still have some. I do have, a little bit of copper here on me. But, copper is very expensive or very necessary here. But I've got all kinds of copper around. I just got to go mine it. But I might even have copper up here. I think I was just trying to go through all this chalcopyrite because I got a lot of it. Right there. So I got 11 stacks of that, but I'm trying to do it all through that thing so I can get the stuff out of it. I guess I don't have any regular copper left. I can go get some more though. And I can just, break down and stop being greedy. And I now have an iridium vein, so it's not as big a deal to need to get that platinum group stuff out of there except for the osmium. Let's see. Why are making the diesel generator, by the way, feeding fuel to that is something that I don't think you can make yet. I can make fuel. I got light fuel right here. Is this one? Yeah, right there, light fuel. I got heavy fuel right here. So, yeah. Basically, I'm building it for a YouTube thing. Somebody asked me if I was going to do the multi-block build of it, and because I'm a butthead and won't use creative, I'm trying to get it done. Technically, I probably should be making a nuclear reactor next and not worrying about it, but I want to get it done for Maytai, I think it is. It's dark ash, magnetite. I got carbon over here. Carbon is way up there. Oh, crap. I need a ladder. Very badly need a ladder. Alright, get in there. Let's grab some dark ash and go centrifuge it. Get some more carbon. Can't believe I'm actually out of carbon at the moment. Yeah, I kind of figured it burns through it like crazy, but oh, wait a minute. Centrifuging that does ash. I forgot about that. So we're going to electrolyze it. That'll get me my carbon. And sodium. Wait a minute. Did I get sodium up there yet? Yeah, sodium's all the way over here. There we go. Okay, yeah, I'll probably be here a little while. Not planning on going anywhere anytime soon. Maybe a couple hours. See if I can get something done. Alright, so I got some vanadium magnetite. There's some carbon. So I can try to make some vanadium steel. Stupid mouse, quit arguing with me. There's some vanadium there too. Let's grab this magnesium. Go throw it in here. So I gotta keep that going. I probably ought to eat something. There we go. Alright, so this tank is empty. Let's go get rid of it. Hey Axel, how's it going? Just trying to get some work done on here. Trying to figure out how to clean up some of my mess, basically. Because I got a hell of a lot of that. Alright, finally got all that crap ran through there. And I was gonna make stuff and things. So let's start making stuff and things. Let's see, only took 11 hours break to cook dinner and eat, drink coffee. It's now 9:15. I'm finally done. Well, quite glad I ain't got your job. 2 hours, my job's done for the day, and I get to play video games all day. And fight with the kid. Because it ain't no fun if you don't fight with the kid. Wrench. It's my EV machine haul. And I thought I had some aluminum wires left here. And I do. And oh, that's the wrong thing. There it is. Alright. I never found fuel as a good way to power a base. Find an oil source that can keep up the demand is hard, and oil berries has been nerfed to the ground. Yeah, I wasn't actually planning on using it for like a main power. I was going to use it as kind of a backup power. It goes there. That way I'm gonna pretty much use my main power as the diesel I have down there, which is doing a great job. That biodiesel from IE is putting out power like crazy. I'll have to go outside to see what my power is at right now. Apparently I've used some of it though, because my wind turbine's going but the batteries are empty. But I'm still full on all 4 of them. So it's doing its job pretty well. That was going to be my main power, along with a reactor that I'm getting ready to build eventually. 1 hour 40 minutes. Oh, 1 hour 40 minutes, not 11 hours. I wish I had 11 hours. By the way, do we chat here or do you prefer here's fine, because I don't have the Slackbot thing to put it into my Minecraft chat like I do when I'm on the server. I've actually made a Discord thing that we can try later when I get on the server with you. That has, it's kind of like TeamSpeak built right into it, so we can just talk. But yeah, here is perfectly fine. I just have to take time to look over at the other screen real quick to see what you guys say. So don't mind if I miss something here and there. Let's see. And you may only work 2 hours, but I make more money. Not that $12.50 a month average is much to live on. 2/3 of that goes to rent and bills, and most of the bills is the servers. Yeah, you do definitely make more than me, because I gave up giving a shit about making money a long time ago. I more enjoy having time to do shit instead of time working. Let's see. Oil berries with an IC2 Cropmatron. Crop harvester in huge farms will easily provide tons of oil, then convert that to nitro diesel and you're set. Biofuel is a good source of power, very scalable. Also, if you have uranium plant, you can do the same for nuclear. If you build a huge complex nuke plant, should I download Discord then? Crazy can give you a link to the Discord. It's actually got a browser plugin thing. She can generate you a link and give it to you in Slack, and then you can go ahead and join. Let's see. Oil berries provided tons of oil in the past. Nowadays, you need huge fields of them. Oil bees used to be good a long time ago. Boss called, need to go back to work. Be right back. Yeah, I haven't even gotten into bees in this world. I am absolutely 100% terrible at making myself do shit that I really don't like doing. And sitting around just doing bees with nobody else around is really, really boring. So I haven't gotten into doing too many of them. So I thought I need a gold cable. Gold is not a problem. Well, see, now there's where I agree with the nerfing, though. I don't like the fact that you could run an entire base off of just bee power, you know? So, and I agree the same thing with the oil berries, though. You know, I don't think you should be able to run them completely off of oil berries. You should have to go out and pump oil and stuff like that to help sustain it. And like the using this to, or not that one, using this with the combs to get more stuff out of it, you know, I like that as well. I think it'd be good if there was a way to do that with the oil as well. Yeah, and see, I love using oil for my, or not oil, lava for my main power up until I made the biodiesel thing out there. Lava was my main power source, but I make restrictions on myself for how I use my lava power, because otherwise I will do things that just make it too freaking easy. And when you can produce lava like that, like I won't make a magma crucible even though I have TE in this pack, because I can just throw stone in it and make lava. If I do make one, that'll never be done in it, but so far I haven't needed to make one. I only use TE for very few things. I have it for an induction smelter, and I can't even remember what I use the induction smelter to make now. I think it was for a gear I needed for that. I don't remember. What was I doing? Oh yeah. See if I can remember how to do this right. Where do I want to do this? Let's go ahead and pop this one. And use one of these. as a placeholder. And then we're going to put that there. And we're going to turn it that direction. So that'll be HV in, MV out. And that should be right. I shouldn't have to downgrade it, because it should already be downgraded. Where'd my copper ore go? Shut up, Shadow.
But why?
Oh, I got it back. Okay. So, silver cable back. Boom! It
Can you
blows
hear
up.
me? I'm on my phone.
I can't hear you very well.
Oh. Yeah, it's probably because I'm on my phone.
Let's see.
What about now?
It's a little bit better. Let's do this. And this ore looks funny. I like it. I like the look of that ore.
Well, I figured I'd just bug you on here to have my phone work.
Yeah, I kind of expected it. Alright, so that'll get me down to LV. And then I can put this here. And then run the stuff right down to there. Ha ha. Okay, so what the hell was I doing again?
Well, I'll talk to you later. Good night.
Night, man. Alright. I was making Epa Fricka Fracka Hoofalage. Whatever the hell that shit was. Poly. That stuff. I was making this. Which means I need this. Which means I need this. So, I need carbon, chlorine, LPG. LPG is from the cell that comes out of a centrifuge, right? Yes. Refinery gas in a centrifuge gives methane and LPG. And I've got something I can burn the methane in, so that's cool. So I'm going to need a centrifuge to do this as well. And I can run that on the other side. And if that's Shadow again, I'm going to kick him in his butt. Alright, so do I have a spare centrifuge? No, I don't. Alright, so I gotta make a centrifuge. So, steel, here I come. Let's see. Fuel is a good secondary source of power. Using an array of basic diesel generators and advanced one. Or advanced one. I also use bees to produce lava. And also burning LPG in basic or advanced gas turbines. Yeah, I've got a bunch of that stuff from doing my oil processing now. Yeah, Bear, if he wants to talk, he can talk, as long as it comes in good and clear, which it should. We've never had problems before. Alright, just as long as I ain't gotta do that stupid disconnect thing to get it to let us do it.
Rutabagas.
Ah, there he is. How's it going tonight?
Yeah, pretty good. I just finished the other for all of the work that I had to do.
Mm. You work too damn much, man.
It comes out to only about 4 hours of work. Technically speaking, I was getting paid $72 an hour.
Mm.
There is, of course, far more to be said about it than that, because otherwise everyone would totally want this job. But yeah, no. I get paid per site, so if I can knock the sites out quick, technically I'm making a huge amount of money per hour. But it's a mind-numbingly boring job. Documents for mortgage research. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of legalese.
Alright. I'm gonna make 2 circuits or 4 circuits and 2 motors. Not ignoring you, I'm thinking. Yeah, it does not sound like anything I'd want to do. I don't like technical work unless it's in a game where it doesn't cost me or anybody else any money. Here, if I
Minerals of whatsoever kind, subsurface and surface substances, but not limited to coal, lignite, oil, gas, uranium, clay, rock, sand, and gravel in, on, under, and that may be produced from the land, together with all rights, privileges, and immunities relating thereto, whether or not appearing in the public records or listed in Schedule B. The company makes no representation as to the present ownership of any such interests. There may be leases, grants, exceptions, or reservations of interests that are not listed. Statutory section line easements in favor of the state of Oklahoma, where applicable. Easement in favor of the city of Mustang, recorded in Book 359, page 66, subject to assignments and partial releases of record. On and on and on and on for days.
Yeah, you done put me to sleep and I only listened for about 3 seconds.
Yeah, and now imagine that spanning 293 pages.
Yeah, screw that shit.
You'd be surprised how fast I can glance through that and find the relevant information, transcribe it, pull the documents, and throw it out. A lot of sites only take me 5 minutes.
Mm.
Because 99% of that is just words. Pointless, unnecessary words. And like every eighth line is something like of that whole thing that I just read, there's literally only one part it would be important to my job. Book 359, page 66. Done.
Mm.
That's all I was looking for.
You know,
So really, it's just a job of skimming really, really quickly.
I just thought about something. I have a centrifuge sitting right here that its only job is to make methane. So
Poop gas.
I'm going to take that out of there and I'm going to move it over here because that's what the centrifuge is for, is to make methane. So we're going to
By the way, did you see the latest update from Greg?
Yep, we got a mass fabricator now.
Yep, he's made everything work a little bit like. Basically, he took what they did in Greg Tech 5 and expanded on it more. And I approve.
It's very similar to an idea that I've had for about a month or so now. I actually just gave it to Alculus, the guy that does GT++, to see if he could add it into GT5 through GT++. My idea was a little more advanced because I wanted to have all 3 particulates of an atom: electrons, neutrons, and protons, not just protons and neutrons. So you would have a charged and a neutral, you would have positive, negative, and neutral. But I definitely approve. It's a lot better than the system we've had.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's
Yeah, I'd expand it
it.
further to include things on a quark level, so you had to build the electrons and such too, and then use another machine to put them together as needed to make actual atoms. And if you make a strange combination, you could create things like supermassive, strange, and other, non-normal types of matter for in order to make things that don't exist, like that Naquita,
Mm,
theoretical matter. I'd do, and that would be the what they call the graviton, bounce it off the deflector dish,
mm-hmm.
the magic particle, the McGuffium, what the phlebotinum, whatever you want to call it, the explanation for why you can do things in Greg Tech that no one else could in real life.
So, by the way, there is a mod right now that it's not really methane, but it is basically what you're talking about. Under siege, that you can collect gas from cows. I have it in this pack. I just
Yeah, you've
ain't
mentioned it
using
before.
it. Yeah. Let me get
Yeah, you've
my.
mentioned it before, and I was interested once they made it modular.
Yeah, it's modular now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure why I haven't added it in yet. I guess just because it hasn't gotten tested by anyone.
I've tested it a little, but not enough to use it on a server. That's for sure. I haven't even
Yeah, the
really
only
used
part
it
that
at
I'm really
you.
interested in is being able to collect gas, because as weird and gross and impractical as it is, it's something we're starting to do in.
And just
I'm of the opinion that if you can do it in real life, if it's viable in real life, then there's no reason not to do it in the game. It's like we have shale sands and you know oil sands in the game, and in real life those exist. They're just a really, really crappy source of oil. It takes too much energy, and it's just too little to be worth it at the current price of oil.
yeah, if you look over here at my chicken collectorator here, see that green gas right there above my chickens that are giving them all the purple particles? That is the poop gas that they're creating when they die, and I just don't have a way of collecting it from them and haven't set up
No, I'm
anything
afraid
else.
okay, I refreshed. Now I see it. The video stream had paused for some reason for me.
Yeah, YouTube does that.
Now you ran away from them, so I didn't really get to see much, but I'll take your word for it.
I'll go back.
You're collecting poop gas.
Yep. There, you can either get it when you kill them, or you can just like, if I built a glass dome over these cows right here and put a
By the way, what are you using for those the fence post lanterns? They're pretty.
these here.
Well, yeah, but the other ones that actually have a light on them, not the torch ones.
Well,
Behind you.
these have light, but these actually black mob spawn as well, and that's from immersive engineering. You have to.
Okay, so we have that right now on the Survivors
Yep, you have to power it
server.
For it to work. That's why if you probably didn't notice because your things paused. When I came over here, this one was out, and that's because all the power going through them is ran from my windmill over here, and I've been.
Oh, so they use power.
Yes, they use power. They will not.
Okay, is there a difference? There's two kinds I'm seeing. Hold on. There's two kinds I'm seeing. Lantern, which uses just iron and glowstone and glass,
Mm-hmm.
and another one, powered lantern, which uses more iron, glowstone, glass, and redstone.
Yes.
What's the difference? Because the powered lantern's way more expensive.
Yeah. Give me one sec. See, See the line coming down right there? That's my main power
Yeah.
line that's powering all of my lanterns. But that is
Right, I got that, but
also
why use the powered ones?
because they kill mob spawns. For a 32 block,
It doesn't?
32 blocks, I do believe it'll stop mobs from spawning around it.
Right, I heard that, but does the regular lantern not do that?
No, the regular lantern does not do that. This is the regular
Okay,
lantern
good.
right here.
Noted. Noted. I will definitely make use of that.
And you see how they're off right now? Right now, mobs can spawn anywhere around here because they're not on because my diesel generator stuff is being created and sucking all its power.
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble hearing you. It keeps breaking up every few seconds.
Yeah, you'd probably be better off to deal with the 10-second delay and listen to the stream, because Discord at this time of night is a little bit choppy because it's, a free server.
That sucks, because the delay would be make it basically impossible to talk to you, because, by the time I was ready to talk, you're 10 seconds ahead, and we'd just be running all over each other.
Yeah.
Even worse than we already are. Is there no one else in this? Because I'm feeling lonely.
Yeah, it's just me and you, and Crazy's.
I figured Crazy and and the Tweedledum and Tweedledee would be here.
No, Crazy's here, but she's muted, and Shadow's gone. Andy's asleep.
Where's Shadow?
Shadow's probably going to bed. He had college today.
Getting an education.
Well, he thinks so. He's being bored by his
What's he
math
learning
class. Statistics, I think.
I didn't know that you could get a degree in that. I thought it was just a subset of math.
I have no idea. Alright, so I gotta get.
I may have learned a thing.
I don't think he's going for a degree right now. I think he's just going for getting things ready for it, I guess. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I don't care. I never went to college and don't plan to give a damn.
Yeah. I didn't know if they still do that, where you used to, where you could go to a college to take a class and just learn stuff. You didn't have to go in for a degree or anything. You just pay them and here you go. And everywhere I've checked, you have to go in for an entire course. You can't just learn, which I think is silly.
I agree. That does sound kind of.
What if I don't want a piece of paper? What if I just want to better myself? Can I do that? Do I have to have a paper certifying me for something? Inventor if I can't learn something unless I'm getting a piece of paper to work for someone else. Yeah, I don't know of any colleges. I've gone looking. I don't know of any colleges that teaches ad hoc courses anymore, or a la carte, I should say.
Don't I have refiner gas over here?
Which is a shame, because there's a... Huh?
I'm just thinking real quick.
I was going to say, it's a shame, because there's a few things I wouldn't mind paying a couple $100 to learn. Wouldn't mind taking a cooking course. Entirely too much, but I can't cook. I try, but I don't know how. And you can find a recipe online, but it doesn't really tell you a whole lot, really. It just tells you to do things. It doesn't tell you why. And it doesn't really show you how to do certain things. Like, if it tells you to julienne something, well, how do you do that? What's the difference between braising and sautéing? So, yeah. I just like food.
Ain't braising when you sear the top of it with a torch, and sautéing's when you do it in a pan, sear it in a pan?
To my knowledge, they're both done in a pan. The braising that you're talking about, I know what you're talking about, but I think that's called something else. But no, because I pulled up a thing for radishes, braised radishes, and it talks about putting them in a pan with butter. I was like, well, it didn't really explain what the difference was or anything, so I don't know.
It might be
If
kind
it's
of
not
the.
braising, why would it call it braising?
It might be another thing, like the difference between blackening something and cooking it. Sautéing it is probably where you start the fire, put the stuff in. The pan is not already heated, but the braising might be where you heat the pan to 200, 300 degrees, get that butter good and hot, and then throw in whatever, and that just braises the outside of it real quick. That would be my best
Yeah, I don't know,
guess.
and it didn't explain. Because it had also, the thing that really threw me off was that it had mentioned sautéing onions in a different part for a different part of the meal. So like, well, so you've got sauté and braise for two different things in this meal. What's the difference? It didn't explain, and I didn't find a clear answer looking up online. I mean, I looked it up, and like people were arguing over the difference, so that didn't help me any.
No, that never helps.
Like the difference between feeling something and detecting something, or seeing something and detecting something. Detecting is not you witnessing something or experiencing it. Detection is to observe something through parallel means. So like you can see something, or you can get it on camera, and then you are detecting it via the camera. Same thing like a seismograph. You can feel the earth shaking during an earthquake, but a seismograph can detect it. But yeah,
I need
words are
some
fun.
rubber sheets.
It's like electrons. We can't see electrons, but we can detect them. They're definitely there. That's all we know about them, but someone has bleeped at me.
Yeah, Crazy left you a message showing you something about the difference between
The difference
braising.
between braising and stewing. Okay, so that's braising and stewing, but what's the difference between braising and sautéing?
Don't I have a way of making frickin' rubber other than just there? Apparently not. So, what the hell am I going to use now? Because I've been using rubber sheets to cover everything. I need some covers. Do I have any zinc? Yes, I do.
Yeah, I don't think this is the same in this description. I don't think this is even the same kind of braising that it was talking about in that cookbook, because it's talking about braising radishes, and radishes don't come in large uniform pieces of meat. So radishes don't come in meat. So yeah,
Yeah, but to braise a piece of
I don't
meat
know.
should be the same as braising a vegetable.
Except you can't really stew a. It's not like this thing that she said it's similar to stewing, but basically the only difference is you don't chop up the meat. Stew you do, and in braising you don't. But neither of those makes sense, because it tells me to just put radishes into a pan with butter and quote unquote braise them. It doesn't say anything about adding anything or letting it sit and stew or water butter in some way called braising. So I don't know. And then the same non-description it gives for sautéing onions. It says to saute onions until caramelized.
Yeah, you need
I don't understand the difference.
you need a better cookbook, because the cookbook I always read had a glossary in the back that said exactly what each thing was like that.
Well, this has a glossary, but it mostly explains, complex stuff and what an ingredient is. It assumes you know enough about cooking to know what this and that means. Like, it doesn't tell you how to julienne something. It assumes you have a tool or the knowledge. How to, how to ignite a flambe and what to use for a flambe. It assumes you know what alcohols to set on fire. But I was going to put something together, an unnecessarily fancy meal that I saw that I could put together for only about $20. Feed several people. It was tender young ribs. Basically, it's the baby back ribs in a red wine reduction with root vegetable medley. Huh?
Oh, you're making me sick. Radishes and turnips and all them root. Oh my god.
This one didn't call for radishes. This is a different thing. Because the radishes were for several months ago when I got a whole bunch of vegetables to try and eat better and lose some weight, which I have lost quite a bit since. But no, this was a root vegetable medley. So like, potatoes, turnips, rutabagas, parsnips, things like that. Carrots. Doesn't have radishes.
Carrots and potatoes, that's as far as I go.
Anyway, baby back ribs in a red wine reduction. Hold on. Red wine reduction, root vegetable medley, and something on it. Parmesan and something. And for an appetizer was blini and latke with blackfish caviar.
Ugh. Freaking fish eggs.
Wait. Let's see. She sent me another thing here. This is braised radishes, which, by the way, were terrible, but I'm just saying. Completely inedible. I followed that recipe, unless there's something about braising I didn't get.
Let's see.
Okay, so apparently this basically it just says that this is the same thing as sautéing, except you put a lid on it.
Under Siege,
until they're tender.
Under Siege says he's a chef, and we braise is to sear the meat before going to cook it slowly. Sauté is when you cook with low quality of fat, jumping the food into it to get a brown color. The searing helps to prevent the juice inside the food from escaping during cooking. So very similar to what I was saying, that you're basically just kind of blackening the outside of the material, whatever it may be, just to fast cook the outside to sear it, and sautéing
But
is
that's what you said
the other
searing was. I'm talking about braising.
Braising and searing is about the same thing.
Well, that's where the thing is.
Searing
I'm getting
and
two different explanations. One is saying it's the same as sautéing, you just put a cover on it, and the other is saying it deals with meat and searing it.
yes.
And all I know is that it told me to do it to radishes, which are not meat. And I don't think you can sear a radish properly. It seems like you would just burn it and make an awful mess. So, like, who's correct here? How the fuck do you cook radishes?
Yeah.
And better question, why do I care? They're terrible. I hate radishes.
Exactly. That was my question. Why the hell would you give a shit? They taste like crap.
Because they're really high in antioxidants. They're good for your stomach, supposedly. A bunch of other stuff, too. I got them for my health. I ate as many as I could stand, and then it's like, yeah, screw this. I hate radishes. I much preferred the turnips and jicama. If I'm going to eat a root vegetable, give me those. Because turnips don't really taste like anything, and jicama has an almost... They have the texture of an apple and a flavor like really weak potatoes. So it's like a crispy potato. And you don't actually have to cook a jicama. You can cook a jicama, but you don't have to cook one. Also, if you ever want to start a fight on a forum, ask how to pronounce jicama. Jicama. I'm just going with the pronunciation all the local Mexicans go with, so that's the one I'm going by.
Ain't got a clue. I've never even heard of it. All right, so
It's one of those things that's popular in South America.
All right, so
it's sometimes referred to as a root apple. But yeah, it really does. It crunches just like an apple's flesh does after you peel it, because the outside skin is like a coconut husk. You peel it, preferably you just cut it with a knife, because you don't want to try and do that with a peeler. You cut a piece off and you eat it just like an apple, basically. And it kind of tastes like a weak potato. It's not bad. But you can also cook it and fry it in any other which way. And that's what I did with them.
All right, give me a second. I got to think a minute.
Uh-oh, this will take a while. Don't hurt yourself.
That's right. All right, so I need to get these out of here, but I'm not worried about... yes, I am. Okay, so turn this way. I'm going to put this... Wait a minute. That's going to be... Hold on. Undersiege is probably over there pulling his hair out again. Here's Bear trying to put everything in one block again. We're going to go... there. There. We're going to item auto out, which will put them out into there when it gets something to do, which I got to get this out of here. And then we'll put... Where the fuck did I lose all my cells at? There we go.
While you do that, I'm just making more and more charcoal for the endlessly furnaces connected to my crusher.
Alright, so I need a pump. I need a pump.
I'll be right back. I'm going to start this boiler and then run off to the bathroom.
Alright. I need to make a...
Because I've been running this crusher for literally days, and I still haven't gotten everything crushed.
Takes forever. Make a steel one there quicker, but they suck up a lot of power.
I am having really bad luck with trying to scale steam right now, so I think I'm going to hold off. Because, yeah, I don't really know. A couple times I tried upgrading my steam system, everything blew up. I'm probably out 300 steel by now.
I know the feeling of that. I blow up everything.
So I'm just going to let the crusher go until I actually finish processing all this ore, and I actually have some iron. Then I'll worry about trying to upgrade again. But as it is right now, I've only got, I've only got 25 steel and 1 stack of iron. That won't go far.
No.
I'm going to stand back a bit. Hope this doesn't go off while I'm gone. And when I'm back, hopefully it will be started up. I'll stand back so it doesn't spam you with noises bad.
let's run this on up and dump it in. Alright, so maybe, just maybe, I'm getting close. Those can go down. That drop. Watch the rain. Love the rain. And let's see. Braising is the same as searing. That's what I thought. Usually braising vegetables is not advisable. Taste becomes awful. But when it's radishes, they're already awful. I hate radishes. My grandfather used to eat them raw. I couldn't understand how he did it. Vegetables go through saute. Your mom eats them raw too? Ugh. I don't know how in the hell they do it. My grandfather used to eat a handful of them with just about every frickin' meal. Couldn't ever understand how he did that shit. He handed me one once when I was pretty young, and which is probably why I don't like them. I asked him for it, and he's like, I don't think you're gonna like it. They don't taste that good, but because Grandpa was doing it, I wanted to do it too. And I learned he was right. I wasn't gonna like it. Tasted like ass. Alright, so let's get some more copper wires made here. Yeah, I've heard that your taste buds can change over time, but I don't think mine are going to change enough to like those nasty things. Carpet. Gotta have the carpet. Oh, by the way, crazy. Under Siege was giving me guff the other night because I don't have black corn crops in this world to make my black carpet, so I'm gonna get Junior to open this world up on server on his computer, and you're gonna come over here and do my crops here when you get done doing crops on GT6, okay? Sound like a good idea? I think it sounds like a great idea. I'm expecting a kiss my butt answer here. She's not wanting to do the crap she is doing. I don't blame her because I don't like doing them either. They're boring. I need some tin. I have iron. I have tin. Yay, tin. What is GT5u? GT5u is the Greg Tech 5 that Greg modded and ended to go to GT6, and then Bloody basically did a port of it, left it on the same 1710 version of Minecraft, but added a lot of the stuff from Greg Tech 4 in, and then he also added new things in. So there's actually two versions of GT5u. There's the .08 branch and the .09 branch. I use the .09 branch, which is the one with the added things like this here, which is a cracking machine. That is actually from GregTech4, which is a distillation tower. There's also a Pyroluce oven that was added that wasn't in GregTech4. That's in the other building over there. That's basically it. Just adding different nerfs and changes and things to GregTech5, trying to get it a little more complete from where Greg left it when he switched over to GregTech6. And hi to you too, by the way. So like a in-between with stuff from 4. I would call it more of a fan's completion of something that the original creator wasn't going to finish, and then adding his own things in at the end that were Greg Tech-ish, but had never been in Greg Tech before. But that's my interpretation of it. And depending on which one you get, depends on which way it's going to be played, I guess. Trying to think. The .08 branch doesn't have any different nerfs to it. It's basically just the Greg Tech that Greg had made with the machines that Greg never got around to putting in from Greg Tech 4, or putting back in from Greg Tech 4. Where the .09 branch has newer stuff added to it, but it also has certain nerfs, like you can't make charcoal in a furnace. You have to either use a coke oven or this special charcoal igniter. Sort of works like a Axel really needs to mute his mic. Kind of works like a Terra Firmacraft thing. It's this here charcoal pile igniter. You basically put logs with bricks underneath it and dirt all around it, this in the center, and it cooks your logs into brittle charcoal, and then you break it out and it breaks into pieces of charcoal, and that's the way you get your charcoal if you don't have a mod that adds a coke oven. Crazy says, fuck off bear, it is not okay with me, but if you ask me nicely, I might help you grow crops. Yeah, you probably really don't want me to ask you to help here. I probably will, but crops here are 100 times worse than GT6. And that's because there's a crop for just about every material in the game here, where Greg Tech 6 doesn't have that. Okay, so I have electric pump. I have these. Oh, I need that stupid bronze thing again. And do I have enough bronze left? No. Alright, I've got plenty of tin though, I can make some. So let's go make some bronze. I'm gonna have an entire stream basically just resetting up my polyether, whatever the hell it's called, stuff. By the time I get done, that's about all I'm gonna have done. And you know what? This plastic shit. Get out of my inventory for a little bit. Alright, normal pipe. Bronze, normal pipe. Get that out of there before it goes. Alright, good night, crazy. I'll see you tomorrow. Or talk to you tomorrow. Have a good day at work in the morning. Alright, so this and there. What am I missing? Tin wire. Oh, I gotta go make one. Ah! Daggone it. Alright. Apparently I didn't make any more. So let's make some more tin wires. Oh. Okay, well. Have a boring day at work tomorrow, and hopefully we'll keep you entertained while you're doing laundry at work tomorrow and while we're streaming in the morning. I'll probably have Shadow and Andy and Junior on with me, so it probably will not be boring. Because with those three around, it really can't be boring. Those three will keep it interesting. I mean, my daggone pump. Screwdriver, wrench, give me a pump. Thank you. Damn thing. Alright, so now we're going to use this tiny little pipe here. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to use this steel pipe. We're going to hook it there. And we're going to take this. We're going to put it there. Go ahead and cover them. We're going to put that there. And we're going to run this. Let's see. I'm going to have to make a lot more pipe. Basically, it's going to run over there. So let's do this. At least get it out of the machine. Into there. Let me go grab my wrench, which I'm not grabbing because it broke. Bye, crazy. And grab my hammer. Make a new wrench. throw this up here for now. And there's already a pipe running here that was my methane line. So I'm just going to continue it. Dig this dirt back out real quick. Need to go get a, just throw some more of this crap in here for the moment. And crowbar. Pop that off. And that off. That off. Pop these two out. And actually, you know what? I think I'm going to put this one back. And we'll just run this right here. And let's just go right across here. Careful when I get over here. And that's going to topple. And then we'll go this way. And that'll get us to this pipe. And we'll just run this right along here. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12 more pipes. Not a problem. So, small pipes is just 1 ingot per. And we need small pipe. And
I'm back. Why is that? What did I miss?
not much. Just trying to get this piped up to get my stuff out. Under Siege said that brazing and hold on, let me scroll it up a second here. Braising and searing are the same thing. Usually braising vegetables is not advisable. The taste becomes awful. Vegetables are good though sauteed. That's the end of that.
It still doesn't explain why it was telling me to braise them. I'm just going to continue to chalk this up as a mystery of cooking.
Yeah. I would say it's one of those things where somebody did it, they liked it, so they decided to tell other people to do it. Whether it was a good idea or a bad idea, I don't know. And then you also have different nationalities do things differently. You know, some will do things that others think are gross, disgusting, or ungodly.
Like gutter oil in China.
I don't even know what that is. And
gutter oil is where it's where they gather oil that's been dumped out by restaurants in the gutter, literally from the gutter, and then they render it and then resell it for cheaper than fresh cooking oil.
Ew.
Yeah, estimates suggest that between 10 to 20% of restaurants in China use gutter oil because it's about $9 per ton as opposed to $1,600 per ton. So yeah, they literally go outside and scrape it out of a gutter.
All right, let's see if this
boil
works.
it, and then they sell it.
Import.
And this, my friend, is why so many people.
Nothing.
Sorry, as I was trying to say here, and this, my friend, is why so many people get sick when they eat in China.
Mm. And that's a diesel. That's the wrong one. There we go. Methane going in, making me power. Aha. Alright, got that part done. Now I need to get this part done. There's the LPG. And that needed to go into here. Right? Right. Alright. So, this stuff. LPG with carbon and chlorine in the low voltage. Alright. So, that will be where we use these. And we're going to go from there to there. And shit, I made the wrong hatch. That's an input. I needed an output. So it actually pushed it out. Son of a bitch.
Wah, 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 wah.
Motherfucker. Not a big deal. I can pump it out to get what I have in there out. I'm probably going to need the one I made anyway, so yeah. It's not like hatches are expensive. It's what happens when my brain goes to sleep on me for a minute. Alright, so I got any more tin wires on me? One. Not enough. Man, this lapis and PFAA, I'm going to delete this world. Oh yeah. You never did tell me, did you get the Twilight you couldn't find any in the Twilight? Shouldn't have any issue in there. We went around in the Twilight, and it shouldn't be PFAA if I remember correctly. Because I do believe the PFAA thing is only Overworld. As we had it on a server that Axel had for a little while, but we found it was a pain in the butt for rendering or loading chunks mainly, and I think we had some actual technical difficulties with it, but I don't remember. He probably does better than me.
If I remember correctly, it was just that the fluid effect, physics, and such, and all would just lag the server for very long periods of time before they would settle. And more so that the actual chunk generation was literally thousands of times longer than default Minecraft. So it was just painfully slow to the point that if someone was moving quickly through the wilderness and exploring new areas, the whole server would just become unplayable until they quit.
Oh yeah. How was I getting? Oh yeah, I was getting it in from there. Alright, well, how much does it actually need? Let's look here. 288, and for some reason it only has 285. There's 3 amounts of it missing. And they're probably right there. Yep, they're right there. And there's no way of getting them out of there and into there. So I'm going to have to use my fluid solidifier and solidify some. If I remember correctly, I only have 2. Oh no, I only have 1 now, don't I? and that would be that one. But we can always do this type of thing here, which is why I can't wait until we have Greg Tech portable tanks. Oh, that's got, how's that got polytetra? I'm confused. Not that that's a new thing, but I'm definitely confused. You're just gonna go sit right there for a minute. And give me this. And you go there. And shit. Wrench. And where are my scaffolds? It crashed with Twilight. That's strange. Alright, so there we go. That was 3 freaking things worth. Which is actually enough to do what I want to do, but I'm going to finish getting this set up because I know I'm going to need more. So for right now, put that there. And let's get 3 of these. Put them in here. That'll go in there. This should be enough to get me over until I get that set back up. So you go there. Ah, no. No. You don't have anything in here, right? Okay, good. Down. Off. Thank you. Give me that. Alright. How is my... Alright, that's all done. No more left over here. Something apparently is stuck in there. Not sure where.
Not worth much, but I just got an exquisite almondine.
It's good for aluminum. Eventually, when you don't need it anymore.
Yeah, really.
When you get to high voltage, when you don't need almondine anymore.
T6, so I'm not sure you can actually get it from it.
Thinking. Damn it, I hate it when I gotta think. Doesn't work for shit.
You're so bad at it.
They're terrible at it, absolutely. Actually. A bunch of roots.
Axel?
Actually was what I was trying to say. Just couldn't spit it the hell out for some reason.
Seems thinking isn't all you're bad at.
Speaking, typing, thinking, anything that takes a brain, apparently. Things that do not work well for me.
With ing.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. What the hell was I? Oh yeah, I was making a... Sitting here looking at every corner of my machine shop going, what the hell was I doing?
Nothing important.
Actually, yeah, it was. Making an output.
My goodness. Creeper City. 3 creepers, 2 baby zombies, 3 regular zombies, and a bunch of fireflies.
Hmm.
2 spiders, a fully armored gold skeleton, another zombie. This is all in the same spot. I haven't been able to move yet.
Damn.
I'm about to starve to death. I just went to go get clay.
It's typically the way it works. Alright, so that should take care of that little issue. Why are you not in there? Oh, I know why you're not in there. Because you need to be going that way. There's my LPG. Alright, so that needed fluorine, fluorine, floor something.
Fluorine.
Alright. This stuff.
Hold on, let me see. Pull up your stream. Can I see it?
That right there.
Yeah, fluorine.
Flowerine is what it looks like.
It's one of those things, technically the way it's pronounced correctly, fluorine, is not how it looks because we mispronounced everything else through the ages, and we just accept that now. Flower should actually be pronounced floor. It's one of those things that we've had wrong since, like, I think it was like 800 AD, and just never bothered to correct it, because who really cares?
Alright, so now I need naphtha, which is here, into cells, so I need an output. Who's a widget?
Etymology was a fun course in school. The origin of words.
That bear will butcher for eternity.
Longer than that. At least you don't have to frequently pronounce epichlorhydrin or polytetrafluoroethylene.
That's what I've been trying to pronounce all night, is the poly stupid thing.
Yeah, it's easier to just call it Teflon. That's why the company called it Teflon. But that's a brand name, so you can't call it that without potentially getting sued, because that's their intellectual property. So you have to call it what it really is, which is its chemical name, which is polytetrafluoroethylene. Which once you've pronounced it, if you just ignore it and hear how it's pronounced and say it, and then ignore the word, it's one of those words that spelling it out does not help.
No, not at all.
That's one of those things that they teach you in, like middle school and all. Just spell it out. Yeah, bitch, that don't help.
Not with that one.
There's way too many of them that don't. Common words, yes, but I'm sure you've heard the I before E except after C.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's like 3 times as many exceptions to that rule as there are words that follow that rule. So that rule is just bupkis.
Yeah, and I think one of the worst ones is don't try to do that with any that come from Germany, because they're all backwards from that rule. I learned that trying to talk to
Only
Greg.
for English. That rule is specifically only for English. However, even in English, it's wrong far more often than it's right. So that rule is just ridiculous. I don't know who came up with it, but they should probably be shot.
They're probably dead already.
They have set
by now.
Yeah, probably. But they've set everyone who's trying to learn English back by at least 10 years. This reminds me when I first got on the internet. I'm like 12 and I'm teaching a bunch of Saudis how to. That was basically my first experiences with online chat rooms. Is just random people from Saudi Arabia who want to learn English. And they go for the first person that speaks great English, or at least types great English, which my English was a lot worse back then, but still. They went right after me. It was like, hey, teach me. I'm like, okay, weirdo. And yeah, I did call them weird because they were very weird. Like, I'm not just talking about their culture. Because none of them wanted to learn English for reasons that make sense, like, oh, it's for business, or I'm going to be traveling there, or it's one of the most common languages in the world and I want to communicate. No, they want to learn it to pick up chicks and stuff.
Hey, that's a reason.
Hey, who are you going to pick up by knowing English that you wouldn't pick up literally any other way? Like, when is your ability to speak English going to be what decides whether somebody's attracted to you?
Yeah, but you should be able to speak if you're trying to. Oh shit, what'd that connect to? No, you can't connect to that. Stop it, I
Right,
say
but the
no.
thing is, they're trying to learn English just so they can pick up tourists in Saudi Arabia. That's just kind of the sleaziest reason to learn a language I've ever heard.
I won't disagree with that, but
I didn't say it wasn't practical. I'm just saying it's the weirdest reason I can think of.
I'll agree with the being weird part.
Again, I mean, I know a bit about this, at least those Saudis, and a lot of them are just ridiculously rich. So one of the most fun things that they do over there is they will get a car, usually an Audi for some reason, they just like Audis, and race it out and then have drift contests, which will frequently destroy the vehicle. You can go on YouTube and Live Leak and have hundreds of videos of people wrecking their cars because they're doing a sand drifting contest. And this is basically all they do for fun. They just do this a month. And I certainly understand why it's fun. It just seems really expensive to get a new car every month. But, when you're the son of a wealthy oil baron and you literally have billions of dollars, I guess you just kind of get a little silly with it. I don't know what I'd do if I had billions of dollars to spend.
Did I really just completely screw this up? Yes, I did.
Did Bear try to do it? If yes, that's just the rule.
I just put two freaking machines recipes together in the same freaking machine. Yeah, that's gonna work well.
By the way, Under Siege is Under Siege using PFAA and GregTech 6 or 5?
5.
5? Okay. I don't think that PFAA and Twilight Forest will work together with GregTech 5 because I had a lot of difficulty with that before. It'll run fine until you open up and go to generate that first chunk in the forest, everything goes to hell.
Yeah, that's what he was saying, that it was crashing, I'm guessing, when he tried to go in. And yeah,
because both mods. Sorry, I was going to say both mods try to alter the terrain generation, and then they both try to access the decorator. So they're both conflicting at the same time, and it can't resolve this double issue. They both modify the world gen using the same hook at the same time. Now, all they'd really have to do is just either one of the two put in a check that, is this mod present? If yes, wait your damn turn. But yeah, no.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I mean, hell, look at the history of GregTech and you'll see how difficult it can be to get someone to put sanity checks in their code. Like, Greg is pretty quick to put some sanity checks, but some others, they'll fight and die before they get to putting in a sanity check. Tinker's Construct, anyone?
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Yeah, people keep telling me that mod's completely different now that the new team took over. I don't know. I still don't trust them.
I think it looks a lot nicer, looks a lot better. I like the fact that they actually have thing in there to try to get you not to use wooden handles forever because it splinters and gives you a little jolt every now and then. I think that's kind of funny.
Yeah. Still, I have had such a bad experience with MDO, or however you say his name. Like, that guy burned so many bridges. So many bridges.
Electrolyzer, huh? Alright. So
I prefer to just, I don't know, I just prefer to get along with people. If I'm going to put together a mod pack or something and someone has a problem, it's easier to resolve the issue than it is to try and start a civil war. I never understood the mentality some modders have about, oh, you have to do everything my way in your mod.
alright, give me a second, I gotta think again. Trying to remember.
Careful, you're smoking.
Okay, that turns that pipe off. That turns it on. So then that pipe up there. I hate the fact that the machine covers are like it. The switches work exactly opposite. Well, actually, for this one, I guess I'm wrong. It is right. All right. So if it's on, the pipe is on. I can never remember. So okay.
You got it?
I think I got.
You know what you're doing now?
No, probably not.
You know what you're doing now?
So that should go there, and that should give me chlorine. Yay. Alright. Yeah, I can't
You know
wait
something
for
I
this Greg Tech.
amazingly still haven't made?
What?
A dust funnel.
I have millions of them. Well, not millions, but I have probably 6 of them around my base.
I haven't gotten one. I don't know why. I don't have a roaster either. I'm building one now. I'm playing catch up for some reason.
Well, roaster's not really any use until you get an electrolyzer to get oxygen.
Is it?
Yeah, because it has to use oxygen to roast.
Oh. Okay, well, never mind on that then.
But yeah,
I
like
guess I'm started making this for nothing.
like Undersea says, Greg Tech portable tanks for the win. Cannot wait to make my first one. I'm trying to hold off until it gets out of pre-release because I'm gonna do a video showing off all the new things that came out in GT++, and that's kind of the biggest thing. Supposedly the let me fluid. Where's it at? Where's the multi-tank? Where the hell is the multi-tank?
Up your button, turn left.
Oh,
turn left.
It's tank, not fluid. That's my problem. Right here, the Greg Tech multi-tank. Supposedly that's not going to be in the release of GT++. There's no recipes for it right now anyways. But at least from what I heard 2 days ago, he doesn't have it fleshed out enough to be considered stable for everybody. So he's not going to put it into this release and go ahead and release without it, and it'll be in the next release unless a miracle happens and he actually gets it figured out, whatever it was that the problem was. He's adding Alculus is adding a kind of like Railcraft style tank, but Greg Tech style.
A modular tank?
Yep.
Well, damn, you're right. I don't see anything that in the roaster can do that doesn't require oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn, I made this for no real reason.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I have it for later. I was just, I don't know. Whatever.
Garnierite is probably your best bet for getting the oxygen you need. It's a low voltage recipe and pretty easy to do in the electrolyzer. Doesn't take too awful much power.
Well, right now I need to make a dust funnel because it'll just be better that way.
Yeah, I have dust funnels for my
Days.
I have one just for standard usage that I throw everything in. And I have one for my
I thought
dryer.
you were going to say you have dust funnels for days.
Oh no, not that many. I have one for my sluice sand to get it to regular sluice sand dust to throw into my metallurgic.
Yeah, that's what I'm
infuser.
making this for.
I got another one that's.
That sluice puts out a lot of sand.
Yes, it does. I got another one that's hooked up to my.
Sorry, every time you stop talking and I start talking, you start on Discord that's just running each other over.
Yes, it is very badly.
Better than the stream. The stream looks to be about 20 seconds behind.
It should be 10, but yeah, it could be worse.
Okay, do something, and I'll tell you when I see it and get done.
Alright, I just left the GUI and went into the input hatch and back.
You're right now, I'm watching you on the basic chemical reactor.
Yep, I'll leave that in a second and go right back to it.
Okay, you just left and went to the input hatch. So how long was that?
That was 10 to 15 seconds, maybe. Maybe longer.
Okay, so it's at least 10 seconds.
That's what
it's way behind.
That's what it's technically supposed to be, is a 10-second delay.
Either way, I can't make much use of that, so. You know, poor Xerxes isn't going to have any diamonds left if he keeps this up. He keeps mining them and then crushing them by hand and sifting them with the hand sifter over here. And it's like, you know, if you put that in a crusher, you'll double it. And then if you do use, you know, the sluice and everything else, you'll get so much more.
Mm.
Like, I don't know why he wants to do everything the hard way. I'm like you, I can't stand standing there with that sifting table.
Yeah, that thing is just annoying. Okay, naphtha, fluorine.
Like, I got crap to do.
And that stuff will make my pellet tetra. So fluorine. Oh, that's sulfuric.
Teflon.
Fucking son of a. How the hell did I get sulfuric naphtha out of this?
Out of what?
This is supposed to be putting out the regular naphtha, so how am I getting this sulfuric naphtha? Sulfuric naphtha.
Uh-oh, you got a pipe break.
Yeah, I do believe that's a problem. Where are you connecting to the wrong thing?
That reminds me, you need to explain pipes to Xerxes. He had put in a bunch of huge wooden pipes and he could not get water flow because he couldn't tell when they were connecting. I tried to explain it to him and I couldn't, and I went and fixed it, but he still doesn't really understand. So, Greg needs to do something about that because that's ridiculous. I cannot connect at all.
It's a real pain. You gotta connect it right, I guess, is the only really way to say it. Is to, you just have to know. There's no way of telling.
I know, I try, but it does not help much. It's still very difficult.
Alright. You go right there. There's absolutely nothing else you can connect to. I know this and you know this, so don't argue with me. Alright. You come here. And you're going to go right here facing the other direction. Nothing should connect to you but that pipe. And that's now giving me naphtha. Alright. So no idea how I ended up doing that. And don't really care right now, just want to get rid of it. Alright, so give me some naphtha.
Sounds like you're asking for a kiss.
Make my frickin' crap, you pain in my ass. Yeah, that didn't sound so great, did it?
Sounds about normal for Bear.
Yeah, that's very true. Version GregTech++ 1.4.4.2 doesn't work for me. It crashes, complaining about the cloaking device. You need to send him the crash log. I'm not sure which one I have in here. I haven't got the newest one. Let's see, scroll up here. It's telling me I needed to update, so there is a newer one out. I think I'm on 1.4.6. You might want to go check if you don't have a problem using a pre-release. That's what I'm actually using, is the pre-release, so I can test it a bit. And I had a problem with one of them crashing, but he fixed it. Alright, so let's get this here, cover you, and we'll cover you, 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 you. Gotta love these big black blobs all over. And we're gonna go ahead and cover these as well, just for shits and giggles. Alright, so there, nothing's connecting. And yeah, you can't go in through the side, so we're okay. There. You're still not empty. We'll move you out of there anyways, because we really just don't give a shit. You can go over here. And we're gonna go here, here. I really love the fact that GregTech 6 pipes don't connect. It's kind of a pain in the butt sometimes when you really just want them to connect and they don't when they're adjacent, but coming back to GregTech 5 and having pipes connect and having to have these stupid covers everywhere to make sure they don't connect, it's like, you know what? I really do like the way it is now.
Blessing in disguise.
Yeah. So you're going to come right across here, and you're going to go...
Really cuts down on the amount of unnecessary materials to put in a complex pipe system.
Yep.
And I like that.
Alright, so 1400 degrees, we'll work in steel, fluid out, Give me Teflon. Ha 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 ha.
Dun, 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 dun.
2.5 hours to get Teflon.
Hey, that's way less than it usually takes me. Of course, I tend to make a big, complex, automated system too.
Well, this is a
So.
big. Bring up the stream real quick and look at this crap, man.
Oh, I see that it's big, but is it completely automated?
I'm actually missing.
You just insert oil and get Teflon?
I'm actually missing like 2 components of it being completely automated, so yeah, it's not complete. Close, but not quite.
Yeah, because of how complicated it is, if you don't fully automate it, it becomes a big problem later because it's, it holds you up getting all the other resources. But it's not quite as bad as other things. There's some of the little things that you automate that are the most helpful, like automating ore processing, more time than anything else.
Yeah, and I screwed that all up. I gotta fix that, yeah.
Yeah, ore processing is probably 95% of Greg Tech. Once you automate that, everything's easy.
Stupid mouse is doing that double click
Hold on,
shit again.
why can't I make sushi? I want to make sushi. Just put a bunch of rice in there. Screw it, I'll just eat stuffed peppers. Those are tasty. Wish I had that in real life. Those are tasty.
So tired of making these things, I'm just gonna make all that I just got because there really isn't another use for Teflon as far as I know. Just making these circuits. I'm just gonna make.
Is there a way to make the dust funnel put small dusts as regular dusts? Because it keeps making these blocks and blocks of sand instead.
Yeah, you got to use the monkey wrench on it to set the output. It's block, regular, small, tiny are the 4 stages of output that you can set it to.
Okay, how do you know when you've set it?
The bottom will change to a different size.
Okay, well, it looks like it got it, so I doubt it'll take a block.
Oh, it'll take a block.
Oh, cool. Great, now I just need to get a magnetic separator, but first I need to make more turbines. Right now, as it is, I've got 2 turbines for the 2 machines that need them, but I've only got 1 steam engine, and I've got 3 things that use it, so I need to make more turbine to make electricity with. Because right now I'm just pulling out the engine and moving it to where it needs to be, which is really kind of ghetto.
Yeah. Alright, so there's that.
It's also kind of preventing me from... It also prevents me from running more than 1 machine at a time. So I can't really upgrade my Steam system or everything will explode. So, yeah. Just add that to my very long list of things that still need to get done. But at least I've got the ore, or the sand thing, I got that, so that's done. And I just added another barrel to my distilled water cache. So I can hold 2 64 bucket barrels as a reservoir, so that lets me run for a while without worrying about running out of water. And everything that uses water and makes distilled water is recycling it, so 80%, no waste, which is great. So what am I gonna do next? My axe broke. Make it out of titanium.
Throw the rest of them in there. Alright. All of this just to make a tungsten steel frickin' wire.
Yep.
One stupid tungsten steel wire.
Just remember how much we went through in real. It only took us about what 9,000 years.
Man, circus. Okay, so I have to go mining to get some more emeralds and or olivine before I can do the next step. So I'm gonna end for today. Finally got the Teflon line done. Well, done enough to work. And I need to get my plastic line redone as well. I still don't have that over here. But I'm going to end here and do some mining. Probably won't be back to live stream until Sunday night, Monday night, somewhere around there. So have a good one. See you guys later. Thanks for joining Under Siege and Axel Crazy, who had to cut out early, and Shadow, and whoever the other two people are that are lurking right now. Thank you too. And I will see you guys later.